Hey everybody, welcome into Divinely Design Studio for our morning diamond painting with me. We're going to get some more drills down today. So let us know what you're working on today and whatnot. It is really cold here right now. My hands are like a little bit frozen. I don't actually know what the temperature was, but I know when I got home last night, it was like 5 degrees, which is about 38 degrees Fahrenheit, so a little bit chilly, just a little bit. So we're going to get some more drills down, and we're going to be here for a couple of hours today because I do have another commitment. Just waiting to see how that's going to play out. Don't forget to say good morning, and hang out for a little bit on that. But we are working on the second part of the face. You can actually see the face today. Yesterday, I don't know what I was doing, how I was setting this up, but you couldn't see. But how cute is that? The cat looks really pissed off at the moment. So yeah, anyway, excuse me. So yeah, I do have other commitments today on another channel, on Kiani's channel, I believe we're going to be going on to for Booktube Coven. We'll be reading Ballad of the Falling Dragons by Sarah A. Parker, which is the second book for When the Moon Hatched in the Moonfall series, I think it's called. So we're reading that at the moment. Have I started it? No, I have not. The Butcher's Daughter, so good, so good. I've got about 5% left of that one. I didn't get it finished, and then I'm going to read a Danielle Steele book, which is really quick. It's only like 3 hours, so I'll get that done today, and then I'll be on track to start my 12th book, because my 11th book, sorry, which is the Danielle Steele one. Is it? I think so. No, that's book 10. So yeah, anyway, I'm lost. Luckily, I'm posting on social media to keep track where I'm going. Anyway, it's very early. It is very cold. I'm still in my pajamas because, yeah. Oh, cool. Kiani is all scheduled. Sweet. So I will be here for a couple of hours then. So we're going to get stuck straight into this. So yeah, so anyway, it is really, really cold here today, and so yeah, I'm trying to warm up my hands and it's not working. So anyway, I have the heater on underneath the table, and I'm right on top of it. So if Christina could drop the link for the Discord, that'd be great. You can join the Discord if you want, Leanne, and talk about the book there and all the rest of it. We'll teach you how to use the spoiler tags and whatnot. But anyway, Christina is here. Welcome on in. And of course, cross patch, draw the latch, sit by the fire and take a spin. Take a cup and drink it up and invite the neighbours in. Nicely done, Christina. I love this. This is very cute. I love it. I love starting our streams like this. Leanne is here this morning, getting ready, popping in while I get ready for work. Nicely done. Hello, husband. How are you? Kikito is also here in the house, doing some crafting, no doubt. So yeah, Sadie is also here as well. Welcome on in. Booktube Coven. Drop that in. And so, because Leanne's a little witchy poo too. I am rereading When the Moon Hatched so I can read Ballad of the Fallen Dragons. So excited. It's out. I know. We read When the Moon Hatched in July. I don't even know what month I'm in now. And then we decided that we were going to go straight into Ballad because it was out, and why not, right? Krista's saying good morning to Morgana, who is Leanne, and Brendan and Sadia as well. Christina says, hey, working on cars is crafting in my book. Yeah, he's very crafty when it comes to that, for sure, and whatnot. So yeah, Chrissy's also here as well, just getting ready, getting the peeps ready for school. Oh, it's freezing down your way too, right? That I seen your temperature yesterday, and I'm like, oh, that's way colder than that, because that's Bathurst and there's bound to be wind around. Brendan is doing some bed warming and thinking about going to work. So yeah. And creating a warm bed is crafting too, for sure. Let's see how the temp is in Kingaroy right now. Oh, it's 11 degrees, so it's not that bad. Feels like 9, but it's a little bit chilly on the south side of the house because there's no sun on this side of the house. So yeah, I'm on my 3rd book, Tide of War, and it's been an awesome series. Yes, we were lucky enough because Audible had a sale on, and Brennan was reading a book and he goes, "Oh, it was awesome." And I said, "Did you?" And he said, "But as usual, that you got to buy the 2nd and 3rd book." And he went in and had a look, and it was on sale. So basically, got the 1st book for free, and then the 2nd and the 3rd book for $12.50, I think it was, or maybe $13.10 or something like that. And basically, so less than the price of one book if we had bought it at $14.95. So that was good. So yeah, I'm glad that you enjoyed it. That's good. I'm not going to read it though. Maybe one day down the track, right? All right, let's get some drills down. Chrissy says the coldest day of the year was yesterday. Snow all around us. We were getting the icy temps. Ugh. Sounds delightful. I mean, I would like to see snow one day. I didn't have any luck. I mean, I've seen ice on a tree. That's about as close as I got to snow when I was in England. So yeah, but yeah, I saw you text me yesterday, and it was like, whew. That Leanne saying good morning to everybody. Good morning. What time do you head off to work, hon? I probably should put some wax in that. Oh, where's my wax gone? There it is. Found it. All right, call off the search, everyone. What time do you head into work? Are you working from home today? That'd be pretty cool. I seen this course yesterday, Leanne, actually, that you might be interested in. I did save it because I wanted to look. I actually asked for some information. They were saying that it's like once you've got the qualifications, you can work from home for medical coding, which you'll know what that is because that's the profession you're in. But you might be able to, like, yeah, they're saying that it's a work from home position and stuff like that. So I know that you were thinking about like you're wanting to work from home because of the tolls or and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'll the email came through yesterday. I haven't looked at it yet, and I think the course is about $5,000, just under $5,000, and you do it all from home at your own pace over a 12-month period. So yeah. Christina has finished both When the Moon Hatch and Ballad. I think I'm going to reread Spell Shop and The Enchanted Greenhouse before I start Sea Champs. I want to get those books. I so want to get those books, but I have not purchased those books. I do have Spell Shop on my Kindle, but they're so pretty. I want the covers. So yeah, so I do want to read those because I've heard they're pretty good. So yeah. I don't know that they're on our list for Coven, are they? I don't think they are. I'll put them on the list. So yeah, when I'll flick through the link for you because I think I sent the link to my because when I seen it, I actually thought, oh, that'd be pretty cool because it's work from home and and you can work from anywhere. And I thought, oh, maybe I should look into something like that for when we're traveling and stuff. But I don't know that I'll be doing that because Brendan was a little bit lost. And I was thinking that I might need to do some online work. So yeah, but anyway, I have not done much today, says Christina, just trying to keep myself from going back to bed. Yeah, that's always hard. You can always come and visit me, Nicole. You will see snow here, October to April. give or take. You should get them all. They are pretty. Yeah, I know they are, right? Just watching the pennies at the moment. So yeah. Always watching the pennies. So yeah, because I do have a cruise coming up that I've got to pay for. So that's in March of next year, but I've got to have it done by paid by December. I've got some of the money. I've just got to get the rest together on that. So yeah. Not that I know of, but we could add them. Book 4, The Magical Cheese Emporium, is due out in January. We could do that. They're super cute. I've heard really good things about them. So yeah. But I don't know if they're good. Like, yeah, I was just sort of, I don't know whether I'm going to purchase the physical copies or not. Because, like, if they're a really good book, though, they'll end up on my shelf, right? I could always just slowly get them. Wait till I see them at Big W. I love the title of the 4th book, The Magical Cheese Emporium. That's very cool. So we're making some good progress, which is good. Savannah looked at this morning on the way out the door, and she's like, she goes, "Oh my God, you're charging through that." Because I had only done this bottom bit here, right along, and then a little bit of the edge of it, and so for the last 11 days, I've been working on this every day, sometimes for longer than others. So today we're just going to do a short stream, and we'll have a break at about the halfway point, because as I said, I've got to be somewhere else today. But I'm still going to be working on this during the day. So this section will be finished, and I'll probably move on to another section today, because as I said, we've got sprints for the booktube coven, and I'm on Kiani's channel today. And we generally go to 2 or 3 o'clock. I think we usually get 3, maybe 4 sprints in. And if we can't cover the booktube coven with us being on screen, Christina has said that she's more than happy to do silent sprints over in the Discord to keep us on track and everything like that. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, but it's definitely working me doing this, because I'm actually making really good progress, and it's also motivated me to do a little bit more on my crochet. So I did this yesterday. I did 2 the day on Friday, and so I figured I need to do another 60 of these, but I've been struggling because the pattern calls for a single crochet in the center, and I don't like how that has turned out. But this is one I found another way of doing the magic circle, but it's with double crochet, and it looks better. So I've done 3 since Friday. So I figured I need to do 60. And so if I try and do, if I try to do at least 1 a day, then I should be able to get it finished by the end of the year. And I've got a journal. I've got a whip journal for my crochet and also knitting. Not that I'm doing much knitting. I actually scrapped a knitting project. So socks. I was going to make some socks, but I scrapped that, and I decided I'm going to use a knitting loom, because I've got a knitting loom here. So I thought I'd do that. The sunny top, I'm still working my way through. The daisy blanket, I started it on the 8th of June, 2023. I've done 20 squares. Like, they're granny squares. They don't take long. I mean, what did it take yesterday, Christina, when I did that granny square with you? It was like half an hour, if that. Like, there's no reason why I shouldn't have these finished. But anyway, here's what it is. So yeah. I need to find something to work on besides this silly game. What are you working on? Like, what game are you playing? You're playing a game, right? Yeah, I'm not a gamer, so I don't like. I do find the like the puzzles. I do those, and there's the coloring. I do that on the tablet. But I have been the last couple of days, because I've been listening to audiobooks just when my hands get sore from crocheting or whatever, because I'm also doing a bigger blanket as well. And so I've been doing those finder objects ones. So yeah, but the one I've got's pretty easy on that. But anyway, they have a super hard, and it's got lots of ads. I really don't. I hate that you've got to pay to get rid of ads now if you really like a game. Oh, can we hear the parrots this morning? Spring's coming. Soon it'll be so noisy you won't be able to hear me talk. Love it. Love it. Absolutely love it, because they'll be in the drunken parrot's tree. I can't wait to get this finished and framed. I'm going to wait for a little bit to get it framed on that, but because I think I might have to seal it too. I'm a little bit scared because I haven't sealed anything before. So yeah. Pearl, hello, welcome on in. Hopefully you got my message that in Discord. Thank you so much for the little it's a sticker, right? I didn't check that it was a sticker, but anyway, the little squirrel, I love it. Absolutely love it. If it is a sticker, I'm not going to use it as a sticker. I'm going to get a clear cover for my Kindle, and I'm going to put it in the back of my Kindle. That way I can use it all the time without it, getting wrecked and that. So yeah, it was very cute. Thank you so much for thinking of me and sending it to me. I appreciate that. It's actually a nice little surprise when it came in the mail the other day. So yeah, it is a sticker. Yeah, I didn't check whether it was a sticker because I just automatically went, no, I'm going to put this in. I'm going to get a clear cover for my Kindle, and I'm going to put it in the back of my Kindle. So yeah. Excuse me. And the booktube coven is 7 p.m. to 12 p.m. ish. Yeah, it goes for about 5 hours. So yeah, I'll be a couple of hours late though, because I'll be about an hour late. And I'll probably just be like this on screen and talking, because I want to keep doing this while I'm doing that. So I haven't started Ballad yet, but I will probably start it this week sometime. I might even start it today, and it can be my book. Because I'll finish it this month, so I can have it as book 11. Leanne says, when I love a book and buy the physical, I'll buy the physical copy. They are my Audible trophies. You and me both. There's lots of books that I would like to buy, but like for the women's prize and stuff like that, I would love to have all of those books, but I only I have them, most of them on my Kindle, but I tend to try and get the shortlist. And if I don't get the shortlist, I definitely get the winner from that year. And sometimes I just I managed to find some of the books that I've read and loved at different places. So if we go to the Lifeline book fest, Savannah and I often find a lot of books that I'm looking for there, or I get Bob the book pusher from the Nango markets to find them for me, and I only pay $2 because I don't necessarily have to have them in brand new condition, right? It's just the fact that I read them, like them. The game that Christina is playing is called Parking Lot Traffic Jam Thing, and I'm stuck on level 15. Oh no. I like playing Bubble Witch. I used to play that all the time, but now they the one I played it a couple of months ago, and it's got ads on it, and I'm like, yep, not playing it. No, I tend to just get really annoyed with the ads because you got to sit there and waste your time bloody waiting for the ads to go away. So yeah, but anyway, you know, pet peeves and all. A lot of these, I forgot to get me little drill separator. Like there's this little container that I got in an advent box, diamond painting advent box, and it's good for like when your drills get stuck together or they don't separate in the making of them. You shake, it's got a little nut in it, and you shake it up, and it separates them. Addie's also here. Hello, hello. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm reading a non-fiction. What's it called? Let me know. Is it a new release? Do let me know. Bit of book talk this morning, along with our crafting. Just about everybody here is a reader as well as a crafter as well. So yeah. Pearl did get my message. Yes, it is a sticker. Awesome. You are very welcome. I couldn't keep the squirrels to myself. I love getting the photos that you send me of the squirrels. I like it. They're so cute. At your kitchen window, they're so cute. And like I didn't realize there were so many different colors either. Like that's pretty amazing too. Love squirrels. I know that people that live with squirrels don't necessarily love them. Coda being one of them. Does not like a squirrel. Mainly because they eat his veggies and stuff. So yeah, I can understand that. But I think that they're just adorable. Savannah used to get so annoyed, was getting so annoyed with me in England because squirrel, I'd run off, and then she wouldn't let me go to the park. And so there was one day there. I think we were going to Gaze the Word bookshop that day, and there was a couple of parks, which I find really weird that the parks close at night. Like, we went to go and walk through a park to get to our hotel, and there was like a security guard there. No, you can't walk through there. Like, what? Can't walk through there. It's closed. I'm like, oh, okay. And me and Savannah looked at each other and like, weird. Because our parks don't have, like, and all their parks have like fences around them and stuff. Like, there was one like really big park that we went to that was in Edinburgh that didn't have it, but in England, so that was up in Scotland. In England, all the parks had fences around them. The one that they stopped us from walking through, that was in France though. So yeah, that was in France, I believe, from memory. But yeah, it was so weird that all like, and they lock them, and there has like a sign saying park closes at such and such a time, and I'm like, wow, that's so weird. Like here in Australia, none of our parks that I'm aware of in Queensland anyway, and even in New South Wales where I live, have fences around them. So yeah. And so it was weird. It wasn't dark though. It wasn't even nighttime. So, but yeah, anyway, they close them and whatnot. Anyway, we're going to, I'm pretty sure we were going to Gaze the Word bookstore in London, and there was a park and there were squirrels. And I'm like, squirrels. And then Savannah's like, no, you can't go. So when she was little, she used to do this like stamp her foot and go, oh, Mum. So I started doing that to her. She turned around and looked at me and she goes, stop it. I'm like, but Mum, I want to go to the park. I'm like, I know, I'm thinking to myself, this girl's never going to want to travel with me again. I have dragged her so many places that she does not want to go. So yeah. Pearl says, you're very welcome. Couldn't keep the squirrels to myself. I appreciate that. It's called The Bible Says So, what we get right and what we get wrong about the scriptures and most controversial issues, kind of outside of what I normally read, but it sounded very interesting. It would be interesting because, I mean, there is a lot of misinterpretation across many different religions of different religious books and stuff. So not just the Bible, like even misinterpretations from the Quran and other things as well, because, you know, people like to misinterpret things and make it do what they want it to do. So yeah, that would be very interesting. I would definitely read that, because it's, yeah, I think if you're with a lot of that, with a lot of stuff like that, you can be very misguided and like not know, especially if you've got someone that is also misguided teaching you about it or whatever. Like, I'm not a religious person, not in a long shot, but I am a firm believer that we all should learn about other religions so we can understand where people are coming from. And, you know, but so I think it's a good thing that you're reading it, even if it is outside your comfort zone. That Pearl says, I saw a red squirrel, but I wasn't quick enough to get a pic. I'm stalking him now. Pearl, the squirrel stalker. That's awesome. I love it. I can't wait to see the picture on that. I wouldn't mind your son or your partner getting a picture of you stalking said squirrel. That'd be funny. Crouching through the scrub. Scrub is a word that we use for bush here in Australia. I just realized I started speaking Australian and people would go, what? So yeah. So you guys call you say forest, we say bush. But if it's I guess we call it scrub when it's a little bit sparse. So you know how you've got forests and they're quite dense and all that sort of stuff. We would call that the bush, right? And so as you get further out into arid areas, that the density of the bush gets a little bit sparse. So it tends to be called scrub. So yeah. For anybody that's trying to keep up with Australian lingo, which is language. So yeah. Well, that's my interpretation of it anyway, and I'm pretty sure that that's everybody else's interpretation of what scrub is on that. But sometimes it can be used interchangeable. So if someone says they're going out bush, that they might be going to a heavily wooded area, but they also could be going out right out back, where it's scrubby. So yeah. And hi, Addie and Pearl from Christina. Parks can be very dangerous at night. It isn't wise to go through them after dark. It depends where you live, I guess. I mean, that's not just exclusive to parks either. We've got a park here that, you know, like, I don't know. I guess we don't really like it. I don't know that I'd walk through a city park, but here in Kingaroy, I feel safe here. Like, and I feel safe in the city too. Like, I don't feel unsafe in the city, because remembering that we also don't have a lot of the issues. Like, we still have issues, but we don't have a lot of the issues that some of the other countries have. We use scrub here too, says well. You're in Canada, right? So yeah. I'll just look at you. Yes, you are. You're in Canada. So yeah, I just looked at your envelope. So yeah, like I've walked through. There's probably one park that I wouldn't go to in Kingaroy, and that's up Fisher Street. So yeah. That's probably because it's quite dark up there, but the houses back onto the park and all that sort of stuff too. So and that's a good park because it's got the flying fox up there. Get on it like a little kid. Whee! Off you go. But yeah, for the most part, like, and yeah, like in a lot of parks, like I know that I'm pretty sure River Road Park, it has a camera on it as well. So yeah, I don't know. I've never. I mean, sometimes I've walked through parks in the city and stuff like that, and I've felt a little uneasy, but I don't think I've ever been confronted in a park here. even as a young girl, and that in the 80s and 90s, we used to hang out in parks in the night and stuff, but we just found it really weird because here they don't lock the parks up. So yeah, so I find that very odd. And when we were told we couldn't go in there because it was closing, and Savannah and I we were bewildered by that. It just, but like different strokes for different folks, right? I live right next to a forest. We have lots of trees here, so we have a forest all over. The bush is much more of a wilderness here. If a guy says he's going into the bush, he's likely hunting off grid. Okay, that's fair. On that, Leanne was in England. So Leanne went to England on the 28th of November and was there until the 6th of January. And then a week later, I left to go to England, and we pretty much went to the same places. And we planned the trip. We decided that we were both going, but we hadn't talked about it and all that sort of stuff. Next time, I think, I don't know whether we should go together, Leanne. We might get arrested. But anyway, I wouldn't mind doing another trip in the future with Leanne for sure. Because we always have a great time. Leanne's my travel buddy on cruises at the moment. So we share rooms, and we've always had a fabulous time, and we've gone to like retreats and all that sort of stuff as well. So yeah, we found that with the parks in London too, Glastonbury had so many squirrels. It was cute. Yeah, when we went to the palace, and it was raining that day, and one day that we went, it was like absolutely raining, and they cancelled the changing of the guard, and the park near there, I forget the name of it, there was tons of squirrels there. So yeah, parks here in Canada, they are often full of encampments. The government gives them drugs, so it's never a stable situation. Oh, the government gives them drugs. Nice. Go the government. Oh, way to keep your citizens addicted. Nicely done. And I'm saying that very sarcastically, just so you know. Sometimes my sarcasm doesn't pull off very well. So yeah. Like we've got there's a couple of spots. There's a park down about an hour from here, heading south. And it's got a lot of people living there, like homeless people and stuff living there because they can't afford rent or whatever the case may be. But you can't see it from the highway or anything. Like you've actually got to turn off to get to it and whatnot. So yeah. And then in Nanango, which is the next town over, because we don't, I guess you could call it a suburb, but it's not a suburb because it's like 20 minutes away. And there's lots of farms in between it. So it's the next town over. And there's a campground there that next to a service station that a lot of people are sort of permanently living in there at the moment. But there's also some transients as well that are just traveling around Australia as well. So we just have to make sure that someone's got bail money, right? We behave ourselves in Asia though. We definitely should, yeah, for sure. That I'll start saving. So yeah, Savannah wants to go back as well. And I was thinking like next time I go back to Europe, I'll probably get like a chalet or something in France and stay there and use that as and then do Europe. And then just make sure it's got enough rooms and everything, and invite all the people that I know on the internet to come and hang out for a month. So yeah, because when it's only what, a couple of hours on the train over to England, you know, you can go over and spend a couple of days over there, you know, like, but in the south of France or something like that, living large, living like a pauper. But I looked it up when we were in France because I we're sort of disappointed that we were only there for a couple of days. And I think Savannah was in the end, because she was even going like, oh, I wouldn't mind coming back. I mean, obviously we're not going next week, right? But and she wants to sort of go to Asia and stuff as well. And but yeah, when we were there, we actually looked up, because we stayed out of Paris. Like, we didn't stay in the tourist hub like you did. And we stayed right out, like it was half an hour from Paris where we stayed, and it was really cheap. And so we were pretty happy with that. And our train fare was actually dearer than our accommodation to get to Paris. So I started looking. I said, oh, I should look up and see how much it is, because it wouldn't be, a bad thing, that to do that. Just have one center point, because she wants to do Europe as well. Well, one center point, because you can get everywhere on train, and or hire a car or whatever. And yeah, we looked it up. It wasn't expensive for a month to stay there. And it was in Australian dollars. I think one we found was like, it was a not a chalet, but it was an apartment, and it was quite roomy, really nice, looked well kept, and all the rest of it wasn't run down, and it was only like $1,200 for the month. That's not bad for accommodation, and that was Australian as well. So I mean, obviously you'd have to hunt, and that, like, when we were looking for accommodation, there was one that our travel agent pulled up, and both me and the travel agent looked at each other, then looked back at the picture, and then just burst out laughing, because the way they made the beds, it made it look like that was a morgue. And I just looked at the travel agent, and I'm like, interesting choice. Way to make the bed, an interesting choice of the photo to put up for these. And that, needless to say, we did not stay there, just in case it was a morgue. Because he was like, yeah, I'm not staying there on that. But because we were like on a severe budget for that. So yeah. And Savannah goes, yeah, I'll come over, do the Paris thing, do the French thing. And she goes, but I'm just going to leave you and go over and see Liv. And I'm like, you can always invite Liv over to stay with us, and you can gallivant around Europe together. So yeah. And I sort of like, there's a couple of places in Europe. I don't know whether Brennan would want to go to Europe with me, and that he might. I don't know. He's not much of a traveler when it comes to that sort of thing. One, he hates planes. So yeah. And it's a long way. But I said to Savannah, I said, I'm sort of spewing that we didn't stop in, because we went with China Airlines, and they were really reasonably priced, really well looked after on the plane and everything like that. The food was good, all that sort of stuff. But we had a stopover both times at Taipei, and I said to Savannah, we should have really stopped for a day or two there and had a look around and whatnot. And she goes, yeah. She goes, next time she'll be doing that for sure, because she'll be over in England before I will. Unless of course she wants me to go, then I'll have to work something out. But I like it that she wants to. I figured by the time we got back that that she would go, I never want to travel with you again. But she's the other day, she's like, oh, when we go, and I'm like, oh, you still want to travel with him? She goes, yeah. She goes, I think it's great, we're traveling together. And I'm like, okay, so. But we had a great time. Like, we went and seen heaps of stuff, and I dragged her to there was only one thing that she didn't really want to go to, but she ended up enjoying herself, and that was the Bronte Museum. Because I said to her, I really want to go. And that I said, I'm happy to go by myself. And there was one day that she was meeting up with her friend, and I didn't want to be a third wheel. So I ended up jumping on a train and going up to, we were in Oxford, and I jumped on a train and went up to Durham for the day, which her friend's like, oh my God, that's so far. Like it was 3 hours to Durham, 3 hours and 15 minutes on the train, and 3 hours and 15 minutes back. So a 6-hour round trip at the beginning and the end of your day, and you get to spend a whole day in Durham. It was pissing down rain most of the day, but it was good. I sort of wandered around the museums. I went and had a look at the castle, and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, I just did it by myself. And then I came back, and she breathed a sigh of relief because she thought that I was going to run off on her. Because she was rude to me one day in Oxford, and I just got up and walked off. And she had a little mini meltdown because she's like, turn your location on. I'm like, oh, sorry, I can't. Just to prove a point to her that there was no need for her to be that rude to me, because unlike her, I can talk to strangers and ask for directions, and also find my way around the world, because I didn't have Google Maps all my life. So yeah. Anyway, she came back and she apologized. I actually got back to the hotel before she did. I've got your bus ticket. I'm like, I'll just buy another one. And then she got back and she walked to the door. She's like, I'm so sorry, Mum. I said, don't ever snap at me like that again. I was asking you a validated question. It was a very valid question, because I was having issues with my app, and I knew that you had that issue as well. So I was going to ask you, how did you fix it? And you snapped at me, and I don't have to put up with that. She's like, I'm so sorry. Please don't do that again. I'm like, oh, no worries. And I said to her, unlike you, Savannah, I can actually talk to people. And that if I get lost, I'll ask someone for directions and whatnot. I don't actually need my phone to get around. And I'm also happy to get lost as well, because they're the best adventures, right? Taking a wrong turn, you go on the best adventures. And she was so regimented with where we were going, how we were getting there, what time we were leaving, and all the rest of it. It was so funny, because I'm like, let's just go here. And then we were in Leeds visiting Paula, and it was so funny, because when I go into a place, I look around and I'll find different ways you can go. I'll look down streets, I'll see buildings and stuff like that, and sort of get landmarks and things that I'll recognize as I'm walking around to get my bearings, right? I don't know if everybody does that, but that's what I do, right? Anyway, there was this one street that we walked past. Anyway, she was on a mission. She was following things, and Leanne says our best was the Randolph in Oxford, $49 AUD. We thought it was a mistake. Yeah, we got really cheap. The second time around was really cheap. That for us as well. London was not the second time around, because it was Valentine's Day weekend. And Leanne's off to work. Have a great day, everybody. You have a great day too, hon. I'll talk to you later. I'll see you on Friday. If not beforehand, I'll be on again tomorrow, probably at 9. So yeah, you probably won't see me tomorrow. But anyway, have a great day, hun, and I'll talk to you soon. She was very, like, we were in Leeds, and we were there for a week because we were hanging out, like, went and seen Paula, and there was a few things that we wanted to see. The Bronte Museum was we could go from there and all that sort of stuff. And anyway, she's very regimental in the way we were going, following the maps, all that sort of stuff. She does get a bit frightened about getting lost and whatnot. And it was the first time for her overseas as well. I mean, it was the first time for me in Europe as well. And I'm generally a cautious person as well, but I let her go because I wanted to know that she was able to do it if she went by herself. On that, because she does get quite anxious about things and whatnot, and her friend as well is quite an anxious person as well. And anyway, I let her go, and I've seen this street. We walk past this pub all the time, and it was all the uni students were going there and all that sort of stuff. And so anyway, I kept walking past it, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that is the mall up there, and that's the train station and all the rest. I said, Savannah, we should go down here because this will be quicker, because the way we were walking, we had to walk up and then we had cut across and then back down again. And this would take us directly to the train station. Anyway, no, it won't. That's not the way to go. And I'm like, I think it is. But anyway, I followed her and all the rest of it. And then the second last day, I think it was, we were in Leeds. It was raining. It was cold. It wasn't super cold, but it was cold. We were wet. We'd been off doing our thing and whatnot. And we'd come out of the train station, and I'm just, she started walking the way that we normally walk, and I started walking the way that I knew would come out at that pub. Anyway, she's like, that's not the right way. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm going this way. And I went off. And then she's like, oh, that's the pub. I'm like I said on the first day, I'm pretty sure. And she just looked at me, and I'm like, yeah, sorry, Savannah, but I actually have a really good sense of direction. And there was one time in France, she got a little bit flustered because everything was in a different, it wasn't in English, and she was trying to work it out. And I had worked it out already. And then someone could see that she was struggling and went to help her, and she was a bit snappy at them. And I said to her, don't snap at them. They were actually trying to help you. And I just said to them, thank you so much for your help. And they, in the end, they understood English. Like they could speak English quite well. I said, thank you so much for your help. But I think she's got it. She's just trying to work it out, and just gave an explaining. And he was like, yeah, cool, no worries. And off he went. And it was so funny because we were sitting in the Shakespeare & Co. cafe next door to that bookshop in France, across the road from Notre Dame. And there was this girl behind the counter, and we sat down, and she come out and she started talking, and both Savannah and I looked at each other and went, oh my God, she's Aussie. And you can tell an Aussie in a foreign place. Like, we sound so Hicksville. Savannah and I started laughing. But anyway, she was talking, she was just prattling on 100 miles an hour. It was quite interesting because you don't really hear the accent, because we all sound very similar, right? It's not until you get out of the country that you realize how twangy you sound. That was quite interesting. And I'm like, yeah, that's what we sound like. That's not great. So, yeah. But we had a good time. That's all that matters, right? But she's keen to go back over there. So I didn't put her off travel completely. But she did say next time she travels, she's actually going to go priority economy or something, some other one where you got a little bit more leg room and that. So, because it was, yeah, we were very much crammed in, but it wasn't too bad. Like, considering it's like when we traveled over, we had a window seat and the center seat, and then someone was in the aisle. That wasn't too bad. When we came back, we couldn't get a seat next to each other, so we both went for an aisle. And Savannah lucked out on her seat. There was no one in the center seat on hers. It was empty. And I had a mother and daughter next to me. Well, I assume a mother and daughter. They were traveling together at least. And every time I tried to sleep, I'd start nodding off. Then they'd need to get up and go to the toilet, and they had to go past me instead of, both. And then the mother would come back, and then the daughter would get up and go like 10 minutes later, and they were drinking. And I kept thinking to myself, stop bloody drinking. You need to go to the toilet so much. Anyway, I was trying to sleep and whatnot. In the end, I was just watching. I started watching SVU because I downloaded a heap of episodes, and I just watched that. I put my headphones on, and Savannah slept for the first part of the first because I think it was 14 hours to Taipei from England, I think it was. So she slept for the first half, and then we swapped seats. so I could stretch out and get some sleep as well. So, but God, I was tired by the time I got back to Australia. I don't feel like I got jet lag or anything, even on the way like over. And I think that's probably because we had that 6-hour layover. And also like on the flight that we were on, no one had we had the blinds down, so you couldn't see the sun, so you didn't know whether it was day or night. So yeah, so we couldn't see the sun or the night sky or anything like that. And yeah, it was like that on the way there and also on the way back as well, which I don't believe I experienced that last time I traveled overseas. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so we weren't real sure about China Airlines at first, but it turned out to be really good. Because it's really clean and whatnot. You know how like when you travel, sometimes you go to the bathroom and it's a bit janky. Every time someone went to the bathroom, a attendant would go in there and clean it. Every time. Oh no, it was like you just got on the plane every time, and there was like air freshener in there and all sorts of like the hand creams and all that sort of stuff. And there was, as I said, air freshener. They'd wipe down the sink every single time without fail. Like that was really good, because that's the one thing I don't like about planes or like trains or anything like that, when you got to use the bathroom and it's janky and it's like ugh. But yeah, it was really really well looked after. All right, we might have a little break in a couple of minutes, and then I'll just have a 10-minute break, and then I'll just go and quickly make another cuppa, because then I'll finish up and we'll be joining Kiani for sprints. Trying to make sure that I get all of the V's that I'm looking for in this color. It's quite surprising. Like, it's a black cat, but there are so many different browns in this, in different, like there's, yeah, it really makes the kitty cat come alive. Like, you can see the nose, you can see the detail in it and whatnot. I'll be continuing working on this while I'm on sprints with Kiani as well, because I need to keep on top of the progress. But I don't know whether I'll do it for the full amount of time with Kiani, because the simple fact is that I'm just going to move my light underneath. Even though I don't have the light on, I have the light board underneath, because it gives it a, like, I've got a quilt on this, and so it makes it a little bit spongy, and the drills don't always go down good, whereas if I've got the light board on there, it actually gives it gives it a little bit more stability and a little bit more firmness. Booktube covers Sprints Ballad of Fallen Dragons week 2 in about 5 minutes. Yes, that is the link there. Can you just let Kiani know that I'll be there a bit late? I don't think I told her last night, just in case I didn't. Christina, that'd be great. I pushed through both my diamond paintings too fast. Yeah, on that. That's why I like doing these real big ones, because I can work on them for a lot longer, and then I can, if I want to get something finished, I can have a couple of little ones as well. So this month I'm just working on this, but if I finish this before the end of the month, there's a couple of little smaller diamond paintings that I've got that I can work on. And as I said, I get those ones from fan sales because they're a lot cheaper, and they get to me relatively quick as well. So we have a 7-day cruise in Australian waters in March. So and it's a cross stitch one. So me, myself, Leanne, who was just on here, Morgana, and Jenny, and Gail. I believe Jenny's and Gail's partner are also going as well. Yeah, so Leanne and I are sharing a room, and I don't think cruising would be for Brendan. He'd feel like a caged animal, not being able to just. He's a driver, so yeah, like I think he'd feel like a bit of a caged animal. So it's not something that I think he would do. And like there's no TV and all that sort of stuff, and it's quite a social thing. So he's not a social butterfly for sure. So yeah, so basically, I just go and do that with the ladies, and we're doing cross stitch and that. But we were joking about it the other day, saying that yeah, we'll probably end up just over in the corner doing knitting socks or something, because Gail's right into knitting socks at the moment. She's just learned how to do it, and both of us have been wanting to do it for quite some time. And so she has moved down to South Australia, and where she's at, there's a group of ladies that meet up. Not sure how often they meet up. It might be once a week, or it might be monthly. I can't remember, or fortnightly. Anyway, she went there, and they taught her how to make socks, and she has become a knitting machine. And so, yeah, so basically we'll probably be all there getting taught by Gail how to make knitted socks. I've never made knitted socks, so I wouldn't mind learning how to do it. But I did find a crochet pattern, and I think I prefer crochet over knitting. I can knit. I just haven't done it in a long time. Like I don't do anything fancy. I would like to maybe learn how to do some sort of knitting, fancy stitch or whatever, maybe make a jumper for me at least once in my life, so I can at least do it. All right, I am about to have a 10-minute break. I'm going to go make myself a cuppa. Say hello to Kiani in the comments. Pearl says, I have so much yarn waiting for me to make socks. Once I finish my shawl for the Highland Ball, I will be on smaller projects. Yeah, I think Gail said it takes her about 3, maybe 4 days to do a pair of socks. But yeah, I possibly could have made a pair of socks out of the silk and merino, but I'm making a shawl instead because I know that I'll definitely use that. I'm not a huge sock person. I live in Queensland, so it's fair. Like I wear them in winter, but I don't wear them to bed because my feet feel constricted and stuff. So, but I wouldn't mind learning how to make some socks and have them there for when I'm, watching TV or stuff like that, and my little tootsies are cold. So yeah, but as far as knitting goes, I've got a pattern for them. I think they're called the vanilla sock pattern. I just haven't I haven't sat down and learned how to do it. That's basically what it comes down to. But I've got sock yarn and that I've got in little sample packs and everything, and they're like a colorway. So, and there's enough there to make a pair of socks. So they'll be mismatched, but they'll be cute, right? Because they're made with the same sort of color. All right, let me bring up a banner. We're going to be back in 10 minutes, I think we'll probably go for. So let me just make that 9:10. Save. I'm going to go make myself a cuppa, and I'm going to mute my mic, and we'll be back. Okay, we are back. Right, let's get into our second hour. I did not get over to Kiani's because I had to answer a heap of messages, and I made myself a cuppa. So yay! All right, let's get some more drills down, and then we'll be finishing up at around 45 minutes, give or take, and then I'll be heading over to Kiani. So yeah. When I decided to do this challenge, I did not think it through that I had other commitments to be at. So I did say a video a day, a live stream. I originally was going to do like 6 hours a day. That's just not sustainable. So I just do what I can, and I get as much as I can done. And I'm still bringing a video a day, so it doesn't matter how long it is. The shortest video I've done, I think, is on the Sundays. They're about 50 minutes to an hour. But for the most part, I'm here every day for live streams. On the 22nd, I won't be doing a live stream, which is a Saturday, because I will be not here. So I will do a pre-recorded video for that. And I'll just do, I probably won't do any diamond painting in that one. I will just do my slow stitching Saturday. And I do believe I've got something else on, and it'll just be an hour. I'm pretty sure I've got a couple of days where I've got stuff on a Saturday. So yeah, I will probably just do a slow stitching Saturday for that as well. But I'll do them. I'll get up earlier and do them as a live stream maybe. But I'm actually out of the house on the 22nd, so I won't be here to do a live stream. So yeah. But as I said, this has worked for me. It's actually motivated me. I'm working on other projects too during the day. I've got, I'm doing I had a heap of grey wool here, and so I'm doing a large crochet blanket, whether that'll be for Brendan on his bed, or when we're sitting around the campfire or whatever, so his back doesn't get sore, because we think that's what hurt his back the other day. His back was cold and he was obviously tensing up, because obviously you're facing the fire and you're warm, but you've got other parts of your area exposed to the elements. And yeah, so I think that's probably what exacerbated the situation a little bit. So and if you're still watching, that video that you just sent me, that's very interesting, because I eat spinach all the time. And I actually lose weight when I have spinach in my diet, but I mix it with eggs. So maybe the combination, because he said that you should eat eggs and all that sort of stuff. I think that sorry, I'm talking to Brendan. I don't even know if he's there, but he was here earlier and sometimes he watches. So Brendan sent me a video. I didn't forget about you. Stop saying that, Christine. I just overcommitted. So the video he sent me was don't eat these 5 vegetables you must avoid if you want to lose weight and belly fat, right? So I'm actively trying to lose some weight because I'm going to be kayaking, and I put on menopause. And the guy actually says that spinach, kale, Swiss chard, potatoes, and something else. I forget what the 5th one was. Oh, beets was the other one. That they all have oxalates in them, which crystallize and can cause issues in your body and your gut and all that sort of stuff, right? So, but the thing is, I've actually, like, I eat a lot of spinach. I've always eaten a lot of spinach. I don't eat a lot of beetroot or beets. I do eat a lot of potatoes, but not as much as I used to. And I can't stand the taste of kale. Like, I've eaten it before, but I can't stand the taste of it. And I very rarely eat Swiss chard. But I do eat spinach. I have never had an issue where I actually have less gut issues when eating those foods than what I do if I don't eat them. And all the other vegetables that he said that you should eat, I eat all the time anyway. So I don't eat a lot of spinach like all the time, but I do, like I've got a big container of it at the moment, but I do mix it with other foods such as egg and cheese and all that sort of stuff. And I think that if you're in a, like, there's some people that take things to extreme. So I think if you're someone that just eats spinach, like in every meal, in every salad, like, you have spinach salads instead of mixed salad, all that sort of stuff. I think that would probably cause a problem. And I think that there's people out there that are probably more sensitive to that sort of stuff. But yeah, like I don't eat a lot of spinach, but I do eat it occasionally. So I don't think that like I don't think I'm sensitive to it, is what I'm saying. And like he says that in one of them, he says like you'll have thyroid issues and all that sort of stuff. My thyroid issues are not from the food that I eat. Mine is hereditary. So and I know that eating some of those foods to actually give me more energy. And there was a situation where I had a little bit of high cholesterol when I went into perimenopause, because that actually happens. And I changed my diet, and I ate nearly everything that he said in that video. I ate on a regular basis, and my cholesterol and blood work became good. So yeah, so like I think that there's just so much conflicting information out there, and what that was a very blanket saying that everybody's the same. Not everybody's the same. That not everybody goes by the same textbook, with their body. So I think that sort of video can become very dangerous for some people, and lead to malnutrition and all that sort of stuff. But each to their own. Like everybody goes on about the keto diet and all the rest of it. I tried to do keto, and for the first 2-3 days, I feel okay when I go into ketosis, but then I get what they call ketosis, like rash, and my whole body flares up and gets all, like I've done it twice. Like the first time I thought it was just something that I must have eaten that gave me a rash I must have been allergic to. But when I did it the second time, and then I did did a bit of research, I can't do it because it's almost like I have an itch all over my body. My body becomes very red and inflamed and all that sort of stuff. And it's just like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that shit. So now I just eat what the hell I want, and I just limit the amount that I take in, and I enjoy my food and leave it at that. So yeah. And I don't know how true that is, because a lot of the vegetables that he mentioned there, a lot of Asian countries eat those foods. Like, they're not large. But as soon as they start eating a Western diet, that's when they start having all sorts of issues. So yeah. I just try to eat a balanced diet these days. I haven't looked any further. I'd like to see where he's got his information from too. And see, Brennan would send me that because he's not a vegetable eater. And whatnot. So yeah. Interesting video though. Like I'm not discrediting it yet because I've not done further research. Like there may be some information out there saying that is a problem. And I think if you leaky gut, if you've got a leaky gut, then there are certain foods that you can't eat because it will exacerbate the situation. So yeah. But not everybody that's overweight has leaky gut either. You know, there's many other reasons. Why that line of drills just keeps going on there crooked. Thinking, why is Kiani not come up? That's because I'm on Divinely Designs, not on Booktube.
Addie. Oh.
All right, gotcha up, Kiani. Wow, there's a new daycare that's just been built across the ways. And oh my God, there's a kid over there today that is losing their crap. Where's my wax? I need a little bit more wax in here. Wow, I didn't realize how many how many drills there were of this color. Like, this is taking me forever to get it done. Well, not really. I mean, I only started it yesterday, this section, so not too bad. Not too bad at all. I didn't forget. Christina! I'm listening.
I'm feeling very smooth brain after my reset. Relearn how to talk, relearn how to walk, relearn how to function as a human being. Just relearning everything. Steve said full statement has valid, yes. Yes. Enjoy the torture, despair, darkness. It's a lot heavier. So heavy. I was like, it is, yeah.
I knew you were still over here. I'm listening to it as well. I'm like, stop it. Oh, so yeah. I probably could have started even earlier. I was awake at bloody 5 o'clock this morning, but it was just so cold. I didn't want to get out of bed. So yeah. I haven't even started yet. I think I'm going to start it tonight. And I'm probably just going to keep reading it until I'm finished it. So yeah, because I'm doing everything else as well. It's quite interesting to see how much I'm going to get achieved this month. I literally have tears in my eyes because I'm like, I knew you were listening to this. I'm like, Christina, summit. Oh, that's so funny. Cool, they're going into a sprint. Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm only doing 2 hours here today, so I'll be there just after they get back, so it should be good. But I'm going to keep doing this. While they're sprinting, though, I am going to go and have a shower because I haven't had a shower this morning. I just got up and I come out here and whatnot, but it's not very late, so yeah. But yeah, like I'm glad that I'm doing this. Like, I don't think I would have had I not committed to doing the videos. Quite honestly, I don't think I would have got this done. So I'm pretty happy that I've got it done. So there is you're over there laughing as well. And now Selena's going, and hopefully another member. It's funny. I can't wait till I'll be changing the oracle cards that I'll be using next month. Because I've got like a ton of different sets and whatnot. So I'm yeah, I'm gonna change the set. I figured I was gonna change them this month, but I figured, well, we're still reading about dragons, so I'll just stay with the dragon oracle. And then I might try and see if I can't match something to the next fiction book. So next month I might just use tarot. I'll see what I got. And because I've got quite a number of oracle cards, and it'll be a good excuse to get another deck too. I've always wanted to create my own, but I'm just not an artist. Like, I'm just not an artist. So yeah, I've got a heap of different sets as well. I've also got like a couple of different types of tarot as well, like different artwork on them. I think I got 2 sets of tarot, and so yeah. But yeah, I was going to change them for this month, and I thought, well, they are dragon oracle. We are reading a dragon book, so I'll stick with the dragons on that. And we haven't, like, when I shuffle like when I do the oracle reading, if I'm not feeling up to doing stuff, I won't do like if I'm feeling a bit flat, I won't do an oracle card. But I cleanse them in the last full moon as well, so we got a fresh deck, so to speak. And so when I am shuffling, I'm thinking of the booktube coven and what we need, like, as a collective. And like, that's the question I'm asking. And so sometimes we get repeat cards. Like, we've had a couple that are repeated and whatnot. So yeah. And so basically when I shuffle, then I fan them out and I run my hand across, and like I can feel like which card I need to pull. Does that make sense? Like, there's definitely a stronger energy coming from, whatever card I pull. I have no idea what card I'm pulling or anything like that. It's purely energy. So when if you put your hands together like this and you get closer with someone, you can actually feel the energy coming off us. It's the same as the cards. I can feel that, like, if you put your hand up even to yourself, if you put your hand up like that and you just get close, you'll feel an energy there. And so I feel that energy, same sort of feeling when I am running my hands across the cards and I fan them out. Sometimes I might be shuffling and a card will fly out, and that'll be the card that I'll pull out because it's flown out of the deck. So yeah. I need to clean my glasses. It's a thumbprint on my glass. and it's interfering with the placing. We've done a fair bit this morning. Like, that's filled in quite a bit. I think what I'm going to do at the end of the month, I'm going to go through and just at the beginning of each video that I've done for it, I'm going to take a screenshot of it and then do it up as a progress short. Hello, Molly. Welcome on in. Thank you for being here. How are you today? What are you working on? What are you reading? Let us know in the comments. Yeah, I figured it would be like, obviously I'll try to pair them up to the book that we're reading, but obviously I won't be able to pair it up with every book. But I will give it a red hot bash. Like, as I said, I've got quite a number of decks. I've got, even if I used a different deck every month, I think I've got enough for 6 or 7 oracle cards, and then I've got a tarot, and I think I've got 2 different tarot decks. And the girls sometimes get me, and they'll get me oracle cards as well. So we are going for another 20 minutes before we wrap up. So hopefully I will get all of this color done in this section. And then I can, I reckon by the end of today, I should have all of this section done and most of this section. You can just see the start of it. I'll have to move. And there's a lot of block color in that one. Well, there's a little bit more of this brown and stuff in it as well, but there's a lot more black up the top here. Actually, there's a lot of window and stuff as well. So but because I'm on sprints with Kiani a bit and Jess a bit later, just after 10, I will get a lot of this done. It's a bit windy again today. I think that's what's keeping the temperature down. It didn't rain for very long yesterday. It rained like in other places that you could see water on the road, but here in Kingaroy it didn't rain for too long. We were just on the edge of it, but when you looked out to the coast you could see a big shelf cloud. And so yeah, Pearl says I'm off to get stuff done upstairs. Have a great day and thanks for the chats. No worries. Thank you for being here, Pearl. I appreciate it. I'll be back on BookTube tomorrow as well, so we'll be doing sprints, but I will also streaming here, so if you want to join here as well, your comments will be shown on the screen tomorrow. I don't tend to do that too much on the craft one because I'm trying to get stuff done. But tomorrow we'll definitely have sprints happening here. I'll be doing more diamond painting, so you'll get the same view, and we'll be chit-chatting about more books and whatnot. So yeah, I think tomorrow I might be starting another booker. I did that last Wednesday too, so I've got until the 22nd of September to get them all read. So, but I'm just going to do a short one tomorrow because I don't go to Brendan's tomorrow. So I can pretty much wake up in the morning, start reading, and just keep reading until I go to bed. And that's pretty much what I'm going to do tomorrow. Of course, I'll, talk to Savannah when she gets home and all the rest of it. I made pumpkin soup last night, Thai spiced pumpkin soup. So it's got like pumpkin, sweet potato, red bell peppers, and regular potato and onion in it. And then it's got like a Thai curry base in it. And I made that because Savannah likes that. I made that, but you can use that soup, thin it down a bit, and you can add like 2-minute noodles in it. You can add some seafood. You can add chicken. You can add rice into it if you want, like whatever you want. You use it as a base. It's almost like, it's not a laska as such, but you can use it in a similar fashion like you do with laskas. So tomorrow night, I've got some prawns and some basa. I'm going to put some seafood in it. And then I'm going to put some Asian greens in it as well. So I'll probably go down and get some bamboo shoots and as well to pop in it and make myself a nice little soup base. So yeah, we got 8 large Chinese containers out of it, like takeaway containers. So yeah, we got 8, I think 8, 9 maybe. Anyway, I made a big crock pot of it, and so I got Savannah to taste it at the beginning, and like where it was not blended up into the soup. So everything was still cooking in the slow cooker. And so I got her to taste the base of it. And she's like, oh my God, that is so hot. I said, it will tone down. I just wanted you to taste it. So, if you make it yourself and you taste it at the beginning and it's so hot that you don't need to smooth it out or anything like that. And it's got a coconut milk base. Anyway, and so I cooked it and then I blended it all up, and she went and got a spoon and then she tried it and she's like, oh my God, that is so different to when you first done it. I said, yeah. I said, and that's why I wanted you to try it, so you knew what the difference was from beginning to end, because a lot of people, when they make it, they think it's too hot. So then they put more coconut milk in, or they'll put like something to cool it, like a yogurt or something like that in it. And you don't need it, because it actually goes really subtle once you blend up all the vegetables that are in it. So, yeah, you can add cauliflower, you can add whatever you want into it, but I just use pumpkin and sweet potato. I put a sweet potato in it, 2 bell peppers, sorry. And what else did I put in it? I think it was 3 potatoes and 2 large brown onions. And I roasted all of those things except for the potatoes. But I roasted the sweet potato and the onion and the pumpkin, because that gives it like a caramelly sort of caramelization to it, and it's really nice. It gives that roasted flavor, and it's really, really nice. So yeah, so she's got tons of that. She froze a heap of it, so she got it because she's on placement at the moment, so I'm just cooking stuff for her. She's got a spaghetti sauce in the freezer, and today, or probably tomorrow, I'm going to make, it'll be either today or tomorrow, depending on my time, because I've got to do washing and housework and stuff today, so I might not get time to do it. But I'm going to make spinach and feta rolls for her, and partially cook them and just pop them in the freezer, so they're there for her. She went and got all the stuff. And I had a big thing of spinach here, so. Go out. When it's cold, they stick. The static in the air. Get out. All right, they're all out. And I can fill that up a little bit more. The neighbours' parents mustn't be home. There's the kids over there playing music. All right, so let me just have a look. Did I just do the wrong color? Oh, no, it's all right. That's all right. I thought I did the wrong color. I just panicked then. I did not do the wrong color. It's all good. I had a bit of a panic attack then. I just put all those drills in. Oh my God. No, it's all right. Just read the wrong thing. Breathe. It's okay. So I was thinking, gee, there's a lot of brown in this. Oh no, it's all right. I think it's just the way that it's rendered up. It looks like it's a lot more brown than it actually is. So anyway, it's okay. Oh, those little, because I just put down how many, and I'm just like, oh, that's a lot. that's a lot. If I made a mistake, but I didn't. There's two colors, like 38 and 40 are very similar in color. Like this one's just a slightly lighter than this one, but they're so close. Like, I don't know if you like just looking at that, you can see one looks a bit blacker than the other. So this one's got like a red base. This is a black base, brown. And so, yeah, it's, yeah. Heading to Kelly's house, but I'll leave you open. Thank you, Molly. Thank you for being here. Christina says, I need to work on my moon phase coasters, but that means bringing out all the paint supplies. So, yeah, so they look very similar, and you can't really tell them apart in the, like, until they're right next to each other on the canvas, but it just gives it a little bit of dimension, which is good. All right, I think that's it for that one. All right, next one is 32. Oh, I just missed some. 38. Oh, wrong container. For some reason, when I'm single placing, like I've got these really good metal places, right? But for some reason, this one that I got off AliExpress, the single placer, actually seems to work a little bit better when I'm single placing. So I don't know whether it's because it's like the original tips, whereas these ones, like you can see, it's a little fat, like a little more rounded. Like it works well for round or square. It doesn't matter because they're all round. The placer, but the placer tip is slightly smaller. So I think that works better for the square ones. I don't know. And this is the same. So you can see there, it's quite a large one. I don't know. I think it just works better. So I think I'm just going to do my single placing with this one. And mind you, this was like 30 cents or $1 or something. It wasn't super expensive. It was off AliExpress. I know they just seem to go on straighter for some reason with this little one. It's so weird. Like it's essentially the same sort of tool, except one just looks a little bit fatter than the other. Like there's more of a diameter, I guess. I mean, and the drills sit in it nicely, but sometimes it just won't release the drill. Because really, these are square drills, but the top of the drill is a little bit rounded. So the round shape of the placer works really well, right? So, but for some, Voodoo's out there meowing. It's like, come pat me, Mom. You should come and pat me. She's so funny. She's out there sunbaking at the moment. We've got a trailer out there and it's got a mattress on top of it, and she gets up on there because it gets the sun in the mornings, and you go out and you touch her and she's so warm, like so warm. And then in summer it's shady as well, like it gets the morning sun for a little bit, but then because of the position of the trees and that over it, it's a lot cooler for her. It's on the south side of the house too, so it's a lot cooler for her in summer. All right, so I will be back tomorrow at 9 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time, and I will be doing sprints, like booktube sprints. So we'll talk for a little bit and then we'll go quiet because I have books that I've got to get read tomorrow, and we'll do the same on Friday as well. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel, and then that way you won't miss out on any future posts. And tomorrow is a big day, so we've got 8 hours of sprinting tomorrow. So I'm hoping to get all of my things that I've got about 5% left of The Butcher's Daughter. Yes, dual sprinting. I've got 5% left of that, and then I am going to start the Danielle Steele book, which I will finish today, probably by lunchtime, because it's only a 6-hour audio book, so 6 or 7 hour audio book at normal speed. So, I listen to NetGalley books at 2 times speed. So yeah, because they just seem to be slower. So I'm going to read that. And then I think I'm going to start Ballad this afternoon. I know I'm going to start Ballad this afternoon. And then I'll listen to that on the way over to Brendan's. And then tonight I'll listen to that as well. And then tomorrow I will see how far, like what I'm doing, because I don't have to finish the book. I'm just starting it on that day. So even if I take the rest of the month to finish the book, I still started it on that day as the challenge. I can move on to another book if I need to and just keep doing that. So, yeah. All right, that's another color done. All right, Asterix is 27. I feel like there's not much black in here. Like there should have been a little bit more black, but I don't know. I guess once I walk away from, like on the camera, it looks all right. But I guess once I walk away from it, I guess it'll look a bit better. Sorry, there's just a few little drills up. I like to roll it to just get it to sit flat, because sometimes they just don't sit flat and you can feel them, like if you run your hand over it. And then once you do that, you run your hand over it and it's like, oh, that's so much better. I have to go down this afternoon and get a paintbrush, because there's a couple of spots that I've got to put some drills down, because from when the cats are on it, the drills have popped. So I don't know. Anyway, I will work that out. But like I said, I think I'm going to have to definitely going to have to seal this one because of the damage that was done. I don't know if they'll stay on there, but I've never sealed something before, so I'll be watching quite a number of videos on it. I mean, I don't think I'll pour resin on it as such because it'll get too heavy, but I'm also scared that it's going to take away the sparkle from it as well, so I'll need to go and watch a few videos, I think, on that, and yeah, just make sure that I'm going to do it right. I mean, worst case scenario is I can just the ones that I know where there's a bit of problem, I can probably just get a really fine brush and put some glue in there, lift them off or whatever the case may be, and put some glue, and then they'll hold. And then once it's behind the glass, I think it'll be fine, because I am thinking about putting glass on this one, not Perspex, because it's so big. It's not really going where there's going to be, like, it's not going in the kitchen or the bathroom. It's going in my library. But, because we've had a bit of issues with the cats almost destroying this canvas, I think it might be prudent to seal it. All right. I'm going to go and quickly have a shower before we get back on Kiani's. I've got half an hour to do that, and then I'll be on Kiani's channel. So I'd just like to say thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today. If you haven't already done so, please give this video a like and maybe consider subscribing to the channel. I really do appreciate each and every one of you turning up today. And I have made progress on my cross stitch, so the members can see that. I've been posting that for the members. Again, thank you so much. And, of course, I will see you all in the next video, which will be tomorrow. Bye.